What is this?
It's the Two Towers.
That's not what I ordered.
Oh, but I thought you asked
I asked for a story about a king of Rohan who banishes a family member, gets forced off his land by the armies of Isengard, retreats to Helm's Deep, gets trapped there by an army, and then, while the women and children escape through the caves, the men go out to fight, and just as they're about to be defeated, they get saved by a cavalry charge led by the previously banished family member.
Yeah, the Two Towers.
No, the War of the Rohirrim.
Oh, my bad. I'll get that for you.
Great. By the way, how much do I owe you?
$17.85.
Jeez, tickets have gotten pricey. I remember going to the theaters for $5. Those were the days, huh?
Yeah, those were the days.
But seriously, I want a poorly written, poorly animated version of the Two Towers. Got it?
War of the Rohirrim, coming right up.
Thank you.
So the War of the Rohirrim is just a poorly written, poorly animated version of the Two Towers. There are a few good things and a lot of bad things. Let's start with the good things. First, it doesn't try to fabricate things that don't actually exist in Middle-earth, which is good. It doesn't invent new creatures or cultures or people groups or anything that's alien to Tolkien's world. We do have a new character, Hera, but at least she's overall consistent with the world of Middle-earth. Okay, a second good thing. The War of the Rohirrim actually tries to respect Middle-earth, which is more than can be said about other filmmakers. I didn't see anything in War of the Rohirrim that infuriated me. Another good thing about the War of the Rohirrim is that the character designs, world design, and locations are overall good. Again, there was nothing that was out of place or foreign to Middle-earth. According to Tolkien, Rohan is intended to be culturally similar to Britain in the 11th century. And that's what you see in War of the Rohirrim. So the production design is consistent with The Lord of the Rings, which is good. No complaints here. However, that's about it. And unfortunately, there are quite a few negatives. First, we didn't actually explore anything else in Middle-earth. Middle-earth is a huge world with a lot of locations and a lot of cultures and a lot of stuff to explore, and we just stuck with things that we're already familiar with in Lord of the Rings. Rohan, Edoras, Helm's Deep, and Isengard. It's all just, we've already seen this. So I think that was just a hugely missed opportunity. Okay, a second negative is that the War of the Rohirrim just reused a bunch of lines and even moments from the Lord of the Rings. When Rohan is attacked by the wild men, the battle is super similar to the Pelennor Fields. The King of Rohan gives a speech that's really similar to Theoden's. It ends with him swinging his sword and shouting death, and then they all charge, and then you have the enemies shooting the bows, and all the riders are tumbling with the arrows. Then the Oliphants charge in and they're swinging their tusks, and we even get a Legolas moment where a Rohan warrior climbs up the side of the Oliphant and kills the soldiers at the top and then stabs the Oliphant in the forehead to kill it. It's that kind of copy-paste stuff that to me just didn't make sense. Why are we doing this? This is all just copy-paste from the movies. So the whole movie just reuses content from The Lord of the Rings, and why are we watching this again? Just watch the Lord of the Rings movies. We even get the same banishment of a family member who then returns with a cavalry charge to save Rohan. I get that that's not in the books, but it's in the movies, and that's the comparison I'm making. Okay, number 3. Let's talk about Hera. Hera is a bad character. She has no personality outside of just being a female who doesn't want to get married and just wants to do masculine things. She's such a stereotypical, strong female protagonist who's written by a male Hollywood writer. There's even the same joke about, it's nice to see you without mud on your face and twigs in your hair, and you can actually dress up and look like a princess. I mean, how many times have we gotten that same joke about some strong female protagonist? And at the end, when she wields a sword to confront the antagonist and she's wearing a wedding dress for some reason, and then she shouts that she's pledged to no man and she's pledged to death, I just cringed in the theater. It was so bad. It's one thing if she had earned the right to say a cool line like that, but she didn't. It's like the filmmakers randomly had her wear a wedding dress just so they could force that line because I thought it was cool. Okay, number 4. The animation is bad. No, it is. It's a lot of the movements that the characters made were just really awkward. It's almost like a studio's first attempt at making an anime movie. That's what it felt like. There was some weird difference in quality, some of the landscapes looked different than the characters, and that was very, very obvious. So the story of War of the Rohirrim, it is pretty similar to the actual history of Middle-earth. There are a few differences, and they invented the character of Hera. I don't know why, but overall, the story is roughly similar to the history of Middle-earth. Okay, so War of the Rohirrim is nothing new. It's poorly written, poorly animated. I just don't think it's worth watching. If that's the story you want, just go watch The Two Towers. That's all I have for you today. Hit the button, hit the bell. Catch you later.